Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to look at how to use the current divider equation to solve for our branch currents. This requires a couple of different steps. So we know that we are aiming at finding the current down I1, the current I1 down the R1 branch, that's this first current here, and the current I2 down the R2 branch. Okay. And we know that the voltage source was not given, but the total current IT was. So we can use our current divider equation down here that says that the total goes on top, total resistance goes on top, the value that we want to know the current through goes on bottom, and then we'll multiply that by the total current that was given. So the first thing we need to do is find RT. So we'll say RT is equal to, we'll hit this node right here, and we'll say that's R1 in parallel with R2. So R1 parallel to R2. And we can plug that into our Desmos here and say that we have 1 over 6 in parallel with 1 over R2, which is 3. So our total resistance is equal to 2 ohms. So now that we have the total resistance, we can use that to determine I1. That's our first current down that first branch. We'll say I1 is equal to total current, that's 2 ohms, divided by the R1 resistor, that's 6 ohms. And immediately we look at this ratio here. It's 2 over 6. That's less than 1, and that's what we want out of this ratio equation. After that, we'll multiply by our total current of 12 amps. That was given at the top here. And if we calculate that out using our Desmos, we'll say that we have 2 divided by 6 multiplied by 12. That's going to give us 4 amps out. So we expect I1 to equal 4 amps. We can reuse this equation here. We just switch out the bottom one for the one that we want. So if we want I2, we can say that our resistance total, 2 ohms, did not change. We'll divide that by our new value, 3 ohms, and multiply that by 12 amps. Right? That's one option that we can go for. We can just swap that out. Or we can say that KCL can come into play here. And if we know we started out with 12, we lost 4, we're going to know what we left over at that back end there. So let's use KCL. We'll say that we started with 12, we lost 4. That means we have 8. I2 should equal 8 amps. Right? We can use that equation up here to solve for that as well. We can say that 2 divided by 3 multiplied by 12 also gives us that 8 amp value. So I2 is equal to 8 amps. Okay, let us know if you have any questions.